each of the three novels, a dynamic character displays a change in action, realization, or acceptance. In Slaughterhouse-5, Billy Pilgrim undergoes a change in character due to the subject of war. In the beginning of Slaughterhouse-5, Billy was scared to go into war because other people doubted him and thought that he was the weakest one out of there because he was scrawny and 15 years old. Towards the end of the book, he gained confidence by having hope that he was going to make it out alive, and they even found the syrup to eat in the factory. Every time someone dies that was close to Billy, he seemed to never express his emotion about the death and would use the term "so it goes" to pass over his feelings. Instead of being in the war scared and afraid, he would just accept the fact that people were going to die. Billy knew when people were going to die and pass away and wouldn't do anything about it because the Tralfamadorians tell him that they are all machines. When Billy Pilgrim finds the Tralfamadorians, they taught him a lot about Christianity and religion. He realized that it teaches you to be merciful and accept the fact that people are going to die, even though they might be close to you. In Fahrenheit 451, Guy Montag experiences a change in character due to his discovery of power within novels.
And then he was a shrieking blaze, a jumping, sprawling, gibbering mannequin, no longer human or known. A withering flame on the lawn as Montag shot one continuous pulse of liquid fire on him. This quote shows how Guy Montag changes in action throughout the novel. First, he is afraid of Betty and does whatever he says. Towards the end of the novel, he stands up to him. This quote shows Montag standing up to Betty because it was when he burned Betty. Number 1. Do you know why books such as this are so important? Because they have quality. This quote shows Montag accepting books. At the beginning of the novel, he doesn't see the significance and knowledge in them, but towards the end he does. He then begins to accept the books. He even goes to an old friend, Faber, to get help with learning the knowledge in them. Montag realizes that setting fires to books is not the right thing to do. Instead, he wants to see what is hidden in books and their knowledge. You see a change in this realization of Montag throughout the novel. First, he says that it was a pleasure to burn, and then toward the end, he says we do need knowledge. He realizes the books have the knowledge they need.
In Lord of the Flies, Jack undergoes a change in character due to the foreign environment and human instincts.
It broke away before I could kill it, but next time. This quote shows the timidness Jack had with his first encounter of trying to kill the pig. "I cut the pig's throat," said Jack proudly, and yet twitched as he said it. This quote shows Jack's change in action. Jack has turned into a savage by this point in the novel, and hunting is now easy to him. Jack started to protest, but the clamor changed from the general wish for a chief to an election by acclaim of Ralph himself. This quote shows how Jack accepts that he was not elected chief by the boys. Jack said, "Who will join my tribe and have fun?" This quote shows Jack's change in acceptance towards not being chief. He tries to get the boys to go against Ralph and join his tribe. We can do without Jack Merridew. There's others besides him on this island. This quote shows how the boys are anti-Jack and don't care if he is on the island. All of the boys on the island except Piggy, Ralph, Simon, and the two tending the pig were grouped on the turf, but to judge by the greasy faces, the meat eating was almost done. This quote shows the boys on Ralph's tribe change in realization because they realized they didn't have the skills to hunt for food, and the boys began to realize they actually needed Jack.
A dynamic character in each of the three novels presents a transformation in their mindset. The external factors modify their actions, realizations, and acceptances.
Created using Powtoon.